may I extend to all of you a very, very sincere welcome to this 18th Jamnalal Bajaj Awards presentation function. The Jamnalal Bajaj Foundation, in its commitment to the program of constructive work, established 4 awards. For constructive work on Gandhian lines, for application of science and technology to rural development, for outstanding work for uplift and welfare of women and children, and for propagation of Gandhian values abroad. These awards and their recipients have acquired over the years a unique prestige, not only in India, but all over the world.
82 वर्षीय श्री मनुभाई पंचोली एक शिक्षा शास्त्री हैं, रचनात्मक कार्यकर्ता हैं, साहित्यकार तथा विचारक हैं और एक ऐसे व्यक्ति हैं जिन्होंने बड़ी प्रतिष्ठा से राजनीतिक जिम्मेदारियां संभाली। उन्होंने स्कूली शिक्षा जल्दी त्याग दी और गांधी जी के नेतृत्व वाले स्वतंत्रता आंदोलन में भाग लिया। उन्हें जेल की सज़ा हुई। 1935 में रिहाई के बाद 1953 तक वे प्राथमिक, माध्यमिक व उच्चतर शिक्षा के स्तर पर पूरी तरह बुनियादी शिक्षा और नई तालीम के प्रसार के कार्य में संलग्न रहे। नई तालीम में बुनाई के अलावा नई बुनियादी हस्तकलाओं को उन्होंने शामिल किया, जैसे कृषि, पशुपालन और डेयरी उद्योग।
साल मैं देहात में काम कर रहा हूँ। आजकल करीबन 60 साल हो गई। 1930 से शुरू किया। आज मैं गौरव का अनुभव अवश्य कर रहा हूँ, लेकिन वो केवल गौरव का सवाल नहीं है, वो रीडेडिकेशन का सवाल है। 60 साल तो डेडिकेट किया, लेकिन आज मैं दूसरी दफे डेडिकेट होने का संकल्प करता हूँ। वो सवाल हमारी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी का है, वो केवल गौरव का नहीं है। देहात में काम करने के अधिकार से अगर 2 बात मैं महामात्य जी के लक्ष्य पर रखूं तो मुझे माफ कीजिएगा। 60 साल के अनुभव के बाद आज मैं अनुभव कर रहा हूं कि आबादी बढ़ रही है, इतनी बढ़ रही है कि उनके साथ आमदनी का कोई मेल नहीं और जमीन बढ़ती नहीं है। अगली पीढ़ी को हम जमीन नहीं दे सकेंगे।
Dr. S.S. Kalbag, who is 68 years old, served as a senior scientific officer in the Central Food Technological Research Institute, Mysore, from 1956 to 1963, and later joined the Hindustan Lever Limited, where he rose to be the head of the Engineering Science Division. Feeling the urge for enthusing villages to take advantage of scientific technology for rural development, he settled on a barren 5-acre plot of land at Parbal in Pune district and established the Vigyan Ashram in the year 1983. His work is a one-man mission of a radical structural reform in the educational system. Both formal and non-formal training are provided. The teaching material and methods have been documented, demonstrated, and used in such a manner that the new technologies are practically applied in a large number of schools in Maharashtra. Necessary changes have been made to suit the new devices in the curriculum of studies.
I thank all of you. I feel very honored. I have a dream which I will take this opportunity to elaborate. If talent is wealth, then we have a potential mine of wealth lying unused. 75% of our youth drop out of the school before they reach the school final. Half of those who pass become educated unemployed. This makes about 3 to 4 crores of youth every year. Are they a burden on our society? Not at all. They learn through life and become farmers, factory workers, truck drivers, small traders, masons, electricians, and so many other trades. Go to any corner shop or a workshop and you will find them. They form most of the nation's workforce and produce a good part of the GDP. Their world is the real India, as Professor Yashpal calls it. The educational system calls them dropouts, but they learnt in the University of Life. My idea is based on Gandhiji's Nahi Talim. Use craft as a medium for education. Why not we attach a farm and a workshop to every school, like we attach a medical hospital to a medical college?
Though basically a medical practitioner with a long and successful practice, Dr. Indumati Parikh, who is 78 years old, is a multifaceted personality, having taken part in the freedom movement, becoming deeply involved in the radical humanist movement, and maturing into an activist of social change. Even before the government had taken up the family planning program actively, she practiced family planning counseling in her own dispensary over a long span of 42 years. In 1964, she was responsible for an innovation that is using IUD as an OPD procedure in a small clinic in a simplified manner. To channelize these activities, she founded in 1964 an organization called Streehitkarini, located in the midst of the socio-economically deprived areas of the urban poor in metropolitan Mumbai, and concentrated in providing medical relief and help to the downtrodden, destitute women and children.
As a woman, I felt that in this society, woman is the most oppressed and neglected section of the system. And one has to work for them, because I many times think why we are not progressing. And when I found out that 50%, and I'm sorry to say we are not 50%, women are 50% here. Women are only 46.5% in this country. So this section of the women or the population is completely neglected. And yet, every woman is supposed to be the teacher of the child. That is the teacher of the whole society. And if that person is neglected, that person is ignorant, then no doubt the whole society is going to decline. So the first emphasis has to be not only because we are oppressed or because we are women or because we are downtrodden, but because we are human beings. The development of the women in this country has to be given the first priority.
Born in Buenos Aires in 1912, Professor Adolfo de Obieta is a lawyer, a doctor of law, a philosopher, and an eminent literary personality who has written poems and essays, particularly on peace, disarmament, international understanding, international law, humanism, and non-violence, racial prejudices, etc. East-West cultural integration, and his famous books include Solar Genealogy, Terrors of the Year 2000, Time of Prophecy, etc. Both in personal as well as in public life, Professor Obieta represents the quintessence of the Gandhian spirit and ideology. Gandhi has been his leading light, and he seeks to live by the words of his master Mahatma Gandhi. He has been stressing timelessly and continuously the supreme relevance of Gandhiji's principles of truth and non-violence. This persistence has paid, and there is an increasing recognition and appreciation of these values today in Argentina. Professor Obieta is therefore called the Argentinian Gandhi.
Agradezco con sentimiento que no encuentro palabras para testimoniar el excepcional galardón que me confiere la Fundación Jamnalal Bajaj, distinción que unida a otras recibidas de esta ilustre nación, colma mi ánimo de gratitud y de maravilla ante una generosidad que no puedo interpretar sino como expresión de cordialidad entre nuestras naciones, India y Argentina, a las que por cierto unen sinceras relaciones culturales y mentales. Estimular el conocimiento de la vida y doctrina y obra del Mahatma Gandhi fuera de la India es una espléndida misión de servicio que la Fundación Jamnalal Bajaj, fiel a este patrono que trabajó sin pausa en secundar a Gandhi en la epopeya de liberación de la conciencia humana.
This is what he says. I am grateful for the prestigious award that the Jamnalal Bajaj Foundation is conferring on me. I am at a loss to find appropriate words to express my feelings. This award, along with others received from this illustrious country, overwhelms me with gratitude and wonderment in view of the generosity which I cannot but interpret as an expression of the warmth between our two countries, India and Argentina, united by sincere cultural and intellectual bonds. The mission of promoting abroad the understanding of Mahatma Gandhi's life, thoughts and his work is indeed an excellent service mission. True to the spirit of the patron who worked incessantly in his support to Gandhi, an epic task of liberating human consciousness, the Jamnalal Bajaj Foundation must be commended for carrying on this service to mankind, so utterly in need of Gandhian inspiration to overcome conflicts caused by unbridled passions and selfish interests. Working to promote Gandhian values with the backing of India's prestige is this country's #1 service to humanity. It is like working for the cause of a conversion or a transmutation of a community of this planet. It is like consciously striving to raise the standards of relationships among the member countries of the universal family.
The Gandhian methods of resolving conflicts through non-violence, truth and cooperation, and above all by espousing the noble ideal of Gandhiji in keeping oneself open to all values and yet resist being overwhelmed or carried away by any one of them. In a sense, the recipients of these awards and the large number of distinguished individuals who have been nominated for these awards, because we are not able to give for everybody who has been nominated, constitute living examples of this philosophy of Gandhi in contrast to the corrupting philosophy of advocatism, inhumanity, indiscipline, and perversion of human values.
Jamnalal ji took an active part in the freedom movement. However, it was in the implementation of the constructive program of Gandhiji that his contribution was really enduring. Mahatma Gandhi's constructive program, which was designed to infuse a new life into the nation by inculcating the spirit of unity, service, discipline, and self-reliance, has got great relevance even today. The program envisaged economic self-reliance for villages, uplift to the downtrodden, emancipation of women, promotion of communal harmony, and basic education as an essential part of national regeneration. The free India of Gandhiji's dream envisaged not only political freedom but also social and economic justice for all.
We are gathered here to honor and applaud these gallant men and women who truly provide the human face to our country, a very important part of your common minimum program, Mr. Prime Minister. In fact, these are the people who keep Gandhiji alive, who keep Jamnalal ji alive. In fact, they keep India alive and ethical values alive. My father, Ramakrishna ji's dream was to synergize the vast resources of the government with the equally vast dedication of the voluntary agencies to catalyze the less fortunate, author their own futures for leading healthy and productive lives in harmony with nature, so that the country as a whole can move forward. Our grateful thanks to the representatives of the press, radio and TV for their continuing support. to the auditorium authorities for excellent arrangements, and to all of you for being such effective cheerleaders. Your response has been the sheet anchor, inspiring us to hold such functions for the last 18 years and preserve the spirit of the Gandhian constructive movement. Jai Hind.